In recent geopolitical developments within West Africa, the rift between ECOWAS, Economic Community of West African States, and the newly formed Sahel Alliance has sparked significant discussions and strategic realignments. This video delves into the implications of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger's departure from ECOWAS, their alignment with the Sahel Alliance, and the broader consequences for regional stability and international relations. ECOWAS, established to promote economic integration and political cooperation among West African countries, faces a critical juncture with the withdrawal of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. Despite ECOWAS's efforts to engage these nations, their decision to leave the bloc in January 2024 underscores deep-seated grievances and geopolitical recalibrations within the region. President Omar Touré of ECOWAS expressed regret during the 92nd Ordinary Session of the Council of Ministers in Abuja, lamenting the inability to persuade these countries to reverse their withdrawal. Despite lifting sanctions and extending invitations for dialogue, ECOWAS's overtures have not yielded the desired results, highlighting a significant diplomatic setback for the bloc. In contrast to ECOWAS, the Sahel Alliance has emerged as a new geopolitical entity comprising Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. This alliance, formed in September 2023, marks a strategic departure from ECOWAS's influence, citing dissatisfaction with the bloc's handling of regional security and economic priorities. President Ibrahim Traore's recent visit to Niger for the inaugural Sahel Alliance Summit symbolizes a pivotal moment in regional dynamics. Traore, accompanied by General Assimi Goïta of Mali, and other regional leaders, received a warm reception, underscoring public support for the alliance's sovereignty-driven agenda and its shift towards military cooperation with Russia. The decision of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger to align with the Sahel Alliance represents more than a mere diplomatic realignment. It reflects broader geopolitical trends wherein African nations seek to assert sovereignty and reduce dependency on traditional Western powers, notably France, which historically held significant influence in the region. The Sahel Alliance's focus on joint anti-jihadist efforts and the creation of a common currency signals a concerted effort towards regional integration on their terms. This move has geopolitical ramifications, influencing alliances and partnerships beyond Africa, particularly with Russia, which has offered military support and cooperation agreements to bolster regional security. The rift between ECOWAS and the Sahel Alliance raises fundamental questions about African unity and regional integration. While ECOWAS advocates for a unified approach to economic and political challenges, the Sahel Alliance prioritizes autonomy and self-determination in shaping regional policies. This divergence of priorities and strategic goals is reflective of the broader tensions within the African continent, where the push for unity often contends with the desire for sovereignty and local control. In discussing the implications of these developments, it's important to consider the historical context and current motivations driving these decisions. ECOWAS, since its inception, has played a significant role in promoting economic cooperation and political stability in West Africa. However, the recent actions of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger suggest a growing disillusionment with the effectiveness of the bloc, particularly in addressing security concerns and external influences. Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger have faced significant challenges in combating jihadist insurgencies and maintaining internal stability. The perceived lack of adequate support from ECOWAS and continued interference from former colonial powers, especially France, have fueled a desire for greater autonomy and new alliances. The Sahel Alliance, with its emphasis on regional cooperation and reduced dependency on Western powers, presents an attractive alternative. President Ibrahim Traore's visit to Niger, marked by enthusiastic public support, exemplifies the growing sentiment in favor of the Sahel Alliance. The warm reception he received, along with the presence of General Assimi Goïta and other key leaders, highlights the alliance's popularity and the shared vision of its member states. This unity and public backing stand in stark contrast to the current state of ECOWAS, where internal divisions and dissatisfaction are becoming increasingly apparent. The geopolitical implications of this shift are profound. By aligning more closely with Russia, the Sahel Alliance is not only seeking military and economic support, but also signaling a broader realignment in its foreign policy. This move challenges the traditional influence of Western powers in the region and opens up new avenues for cooperation and development. Russia's willingness to engage with these countries on terms that respect their sovereignty and address their specific needs has further cemented this alliance. The benefits of moving away from Western influence and forging new alliances, such as with Russia, can be significant for African nations. One of the primary advantages is the potential for increased sovereignty and self-determination. Historically, many African countries have been subject to the influence and control of Western powers, often to their detriment. By breaking away from these traditional ties, nations like Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger can assert greater control over their domestic and foreign policies. Economic benefits are also a crucial factor. Western involvement in Africa has often been criticized for its exploitative nature, with many resources extracted without fair compensation or local benefits. Aligning with new partners who offer more favorable terms can lead to better economic deals, more significant investments in infrastructure, and fairer trade agreements. This shift can help African nations build stronger, more self-sufficient economies less reliant on external aid and more focused on sustainable development. Furthermore, reducing dependency on Western military support can have substantial security benefits. Western military interventions in Africa have frequently been controversial and sometimes counterproductive, exacerbating conflicts rather than resolving them. By developing stronger military cooperation with countries like Russia, the Sahel Alliance can tailor its security strategies to better address local threats and challenges. This approach can lead to more effective counterterrorism efforts and greater stability in the long run. The Sahel Alliance's focus on joint anti-jihadist efforts is particularly relevant in this context. The region has been plagued by jihadist insurgencies, and the existing strategies supported by Western powers have not always been effective. By taking a more collaborative and region-specific approach, the Sahel Alliance has the potential to devise more effective strategies that address the root causes of extremism and foster long-term peace and security. Another significant benefit of reducing Western influence is the potential for cultural and ideological rejuvenation. Western dominance has often come with the imposition of foreign values and systems that do not always align with local traditions and practices. By distancing themselves from these influences, African nations can revive and promote their cultural heritage, fostering a sense of pride and identity among their populations. This cultural renaissance can have a profound impact on social cohesion and national unity. While the Sahel Alliance's formation and its growing influence represent a significant change, it also raises concerns about the future of regional cooperation and stability in West Africa. ECOWAS, despite its current challenges, has been a cornerstone of regional integration and collective security. The withdrawal of key member states and the emergence of competing blocs could potentially undermine the effectiveness of regional initiatives and lead to increased fragmentation. This evolving situation prompts critical questions about the future of regional integration and the role of external powers in shaping Africa's geopolitical landscape. The contrasting approaches of ECOWAS and the Sahel Alliance reflect broader debates about sovereignty, security, and economic development. These discussions are not only relevant for policymakers, but also for the general public, who are directly impacted by these decisions. At this juncture, it is essential for viewers to engage in the conversation and share their perspectives. Your thoughts and opinions are valuable in shaping the discourse on Africa's geopolitical future. Do you believe that the withdrawal of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger from ECOWAS was a necessary step towards greater autonomy and effective regional cooperation? Or do you think that maintaining unity within existing regional blocs is crucial for addressing the continent's challenges? As we reflect on these questions, it is clear that the choices made by these countries and their leaders will have lasting implications. The formation of the Sahel Alliance and its growing ties with Russia signal a shift towards a multipolar world where African nations are increasingly asserting their agency and exploring new partnerships. This development, while promising in terms of autonomy and regional cooperation, also requires careful consideration of the potential risks and challenges. In conclusion, the divergence between ECOWAS and the Sahel Alliance marks a significant geopolitical shift in West Africa. Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger's decision to forge their path reflects evolving regional dynamics and aspirations for greater autonomy and sovereignty. As these alliances evolve and geopolitical alliances realign, the implications for regional stability and international relations remain critical. Stay informed about the latest developments in West African geopolitics by subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to like this video and hit the bell icon to receive notifications for future updates. Your engagement and participation in this dialogue are crucial for a better understanding of Africa's geopolitical landscape. Thank you for watching and being a part of this important conversation. This narrative provides a comprehensive overview of the ECOWAS-Sahel alliance dynamics, encouraging viewer engagement and interaction through a call to action. By understanding the motivations and implications behind these geopolitical shifts, viewers can better appreciate the complexities and opportunities that lie ahead for West Africa and the broader continent.